Hey guys, Chris from Pool. Today I'm going to review my brand new pool cue case by Tango Cues. This is a Zorzal MKT. It's the second on their 4 tiers. At their lowest level, they have a fake Argentinian leather. In this one, they have a real genuine leather. At the next level, you have Angus leather. And at their higher level, they have Pampa leather. This one costs in the low $300 range, so you're gonna get sort of what you pay for in that regard. It is a higher end case, but it's not one of those elite custom made leather cases. Let's start with some of the things I really like about this case. For starters, it is just sturdy and well made. You can feel that it's nice, right? The hardware is solid. I like that it has, as you turn it, has little like indentations, so it just doesn't spin freely. It's either open or closed. I like this handle, right? If it was just sort of floppy, you'd pick it up and it'd sort of like crease at the edge of your hands, but it's like a couple pieces of leather here and it feels really sturdy. Even the rivets, you've got 4 rivets here. I don't know why you need 4, but it looks nice and it is also very well at doing the job of holding the handle. It also is one-piece leather all the way around, so they don't really cut any corners. You'll see if you look closely at a lot of leather cases, if they're sort of lower end, you'll see little seams here and there. I don't think it really matters in terms of the longevity of the case, but it's a little bit of a corner cut in terms of that. So it's just one-piece leather wrapping all the way around. I also like this side pocket zipper. This pocket, a lot of times you're putting smaller stuff in and it's hard to get in there with your fingers, and you can just zip down and get in there, so that's kind of cool. Something a little different that I like is this wood top. It's some sort of Argentinian wood. Again, I don't really know what it is, but it looks really classy compared to other cases. It adds a touch of just sort of not just leather everywhere. I think it looks really good and it looks unique compared to a lot of other cases and what's offered out there. It's sort of their own touch from the company. That reminds me too, I also really like that their logo is pretty discreet. I do not like a big plastered logo like right on the side, like Tango, like welcome to dance class, or maybe like you see some companies with like a big Z on it and it's like, well, that works if my name is Xander, but it's not, right? Like now I got a big Z on my case. I like a pretty plain case in terms of logos and lettering, and they just sort of make their name there, and that's that. Something else I like compared to some of the other cases I've had in the past, if you open it up, there's like the top tube doesn't go all the way. There's like an inch gap from the top, so you can just reach in and grab anything that you need from in here. Whereas some of the cases I've had in the past, the tube went all the way to the top and you had to shake stuff out and figure out which one you wanted. So I like that they were thoughtful to make the tubes not go all the way to the top. So a couple things I do not care for about this case. One is this strap, even on its longest setting, is not very long. It just barely tucks over my shoulder. I can't really get comfortable. It sort of this handle here ends up digging in, and there's like no space. And I'm not that big of a guy. I'm pretty thin. If you are a bit bigger than me, this is going to be very uncomfortable. And it's not like the strap isn't long enough. There's plenty of room. They just didn't put many holes in it. It's like, just give me 3 more holes on either end and it might be a comfortable strap. It's gonna work for me, but I think it's not gonna be comfortable for everybody. Something else I think is kind of a weird design is this hole right here in the pocket, right? You've got the zipper, I like the zipper, but even at its closed setting, you've got like, I don't know, is that a square centimeter? If you have some smaller stuff in this and it lays down, it might fall out. I don't know why. It seems a pretty easy design. Why are these 3 rivets here? Why not set those in the pocket a little bit and have it actually close over the top? And maybe there is some reason, I don't know, it compresses this leather. I don't know what it is, but you could do something else other than leave a gap at the top of the pocket that size. I think that's a really weird design. Something else that is a little strange is the jump butt pocket here doesn't fit a standard jump butt, right? So I'm gonna just put this in here. You can see even tucking it into the corner, it's just, I can't fit it. Like, well, wait a minute, this is supposed to be for a jump butt and it doesn't fit my jump butt. Well, okay, so what? So I'll put the jump butt in this pocket instead, it fits there, and then I end up putting my extension on this pocket. So it ends up being an extension pocket and this ends up being a jump pocket. Well, I find that strange too. Why have a front pocket here at all? Because even if you have something in this side pocket, well, what's this pocket gonna fit? It's only gonna fit another butt, so why not have another zipper on this side to fit them, and you can forego the zipper on the front altogether and sort of clean that look up a little bit. So although it offers a jump pocket, again, it doesn't actually fit my jump butt. It works out for me as it is, but it is a bad design. A couple things when I open up the top that I don't care for. I don't know if you can see clearly, but the oval here is not really a perfect oval. It's a little disconfigured. I'm gonna tell myself every time I see that that's because it's handcrafted, not sort of just this machined product that they can just print 100 of. This is actually a handcrafted item, and that's why it ended up that way, but I'm still gonna notice it. I also don't care for this, and this could be a plus to you, it's a minus to me. The pockets are just, the tubes are a little tight. I notice, especially for my P3, when you get to the end, it's in there, but somehow the top of the tube is narrower than the bottom of the tube, because how could it slip so easily here? And then you get to the top and it doesn't quite pull out. Now the P3 is a slightly thicker butt in general than a lot of them, but that little layer, I don't know, it just bothers me. Just let it slide in and out. It's not like an extra little bit of play in there is going to damage the cue. I also don't care for, this is a very small thing. I really was hoping that I could use so a jump butt is about the size of a shaft. Now, I got this case because I had to up the size of my case because I moved to a league that allows jumping. I was previously in a league that didn't allow jumping. So you'll notice here I have my brake shaft, my shooting shaft, my jump shaft, and I was hoping I could just sneak my jump butt right in there and not have to put it in a separate pocket. I know this fits my old case. This can just slide right in the shaft location, and it just could sit there instead of having to put it in a pocket. But it doesn't fit at all there. That's sort of a tough thing to complain about, because really, what are they doing? They're conserving on space here. So it's actually a small case for how many sticks it can hold. So is that good? Is that bad? I don't know. I was just hoping that I could put the jump butt there and not have to open up a separate pocket for it. Something else that I don't care for, I wish this hardware were not as shiny. I think it still looks really good, and I'm gonna be happy to have it. I'm not gonna send it back, but I wish this hardware were more like a brushed nickel, sort of like more of a grayish sort of metal color. So overall, I'd give this case about an A-. I'm very happy with it. I think it's a good looking case. I think it's really well made, but it does have a couple tiny flaws, like this little hole here and the little situation with the jump butt, but it doesn't really matter. I don't think anything's falling out of that hole, and I can still fit all of the cues that I want to bring to a match. So this is an excellent case, and I'm going to keep it.